Welcome to the Bulletin module on the archives. While the Bulletin is a great resource for advisors, faculty, and students, it is incredibly time sensitive. Changes are frequently made to curriculum from one year to the next, and it's important that anyone who's using the information of the Bulletin be aware of which sets of students the information applies to. The archive is an absolutely critical piece of this puzzle. On the main links list, or navigation bar, of the Bulletin near the top, the archive can be found at the right-hand side. If we click on Archive, the question immediately appears at the top of the page of which bulletin should I use? It's critical that students and their advisors understand what bulletin is to be used. All students should be using the bulletin that matches the academic year that they began at the university. Thus, a student starting from summer 2018 to spring 2019 would use the 2018-19 bulletin. A student who started in the fall 2015, however, for comparison, would use the 2015-16 bulletin. There are exceptions to this rule. A student who has interrupted attendance for a reason other than a leave of absence, such as withdrawing for a medical or family emergency, and returns to the university, should follow the bulletin of the year that they return to the university, not when they originally started. A student can discuss possible exceptions to this rule with the college they are enrolled in, but per university policy, any interruption other than approved a leave of absence that requires a re-enrollment to the university would require a change in the bulletin the student should reference. Moving down the page, you can see the collection of past bulletins archived here back to 2007-2008. The bulletins prior to the 2018-19 bulletin are all PDF version bulletins and are not in the interactive online version that we have currently. Nevertheless, they still have the program requirements in place for the various majors matched with that particular program year. Thus, a student who is in a year other than their first year should be going to the archive first to find the correct bulletin and then using that information. The current primary bulletin is always going to be the current academic year, which will correspond with students who were first-year students in that year or who re-enrolled at the university that year. The bulletin will be changed to the new version immediately following graduation weekend each spring. At that point, the current bulletin will be archived, and the newest version with updated curricula will take top billing for the incoming first-year students. It's vital that advisors, faculty, and students understand the archiving of the bulletin. A mistake in following the correct bulletin to match with a student's enrollment year could have significant consequences in the ability to correctly follow the appropriate curriculum for the major of interest. If you still have questions, please email bulletins@psu.edu.